Spicy.
Welcome, everyone, to VR Jungle, a Havoc podcast. We have our newest co-host, Kuss, with us. And then, as you can see in the middle, this lovely, handsome gentleman in the middle right there is Tropical or Jonathan, the CEO of VAIL. That is, as of now, it is early release. And you want to kind of talk about that and kind of talk about what VAIL, all the fun stuff that's going on there?
Yeah. Do I just jump into it?
Yeah, you just jump right into it. It's
Go
going.
ahead.
It's, yeah.
All right, cool. So what's up, everybody? I just put an announcement in the Discord, so hope a lot of you start coming in. I'm Tropical, and we just launched early access, so we're pretty hyped right now. We finally did it, guys.
Right. And
Hell yeah.
I know this one, like, we won't go too much in depth exactly what is VAIL, because if you want to do that, you can just go to the last podcast that you and I did together, like 25 episodes ago now? I can't believe it's been...
You guys are killing it.
Yeah.
I tried to, man. I want to give up on this so freaking bad, you know? Every Monday I get on here, I'm just like, I enjoy it, but at the same time, I'm just like, God damn it, VR, can you be more freaking interesting in my life?
Honestly.
Yeah, there's just moments where it's just like VR, it's like either you just get like a whole bunch of people just complaining about it, or it's like, oh, there's actually a really good game out. Let's actually talk about it.
Or people talk crap on VR because like they don't know anything about it. Yes, the startup cost is extreme for some people, but like everybody talks crap about, oh, it's not that great. It's that great. It is.
Yeah, and also you can't really explain it. I realize people have to try it. If people don't try it, they'll never understand it, no matter how good of an explainer you are.
Oh
Yeah, I had a friend. He's in his 40s almost now. He tried my VR for the first time. He's like, how do I grip? And I have a Valve Index, so like you just hold your hands out, man. That's it. And I'm like trying to explain it to somebody who's never or who's not intuitive into the sport, or like the game. It doesn't go well.
Well, like what I told a person before who talks about VR, it's just like a lot of people to see those funny videos of people going up on that thing, get on the balcony, and then they jump down.
Oh, the falling. Yeah, the plank, the plank game.
I feel like that completely ruins like a lot of VR experience, because people are like, one, I hear you get nauseous, all this stuff. It's like, dude, it's like,
yeah,
go ahead.
Whenever people go into roller coaster VR simulators for the first time, I'm always like, please don't do that.
The only time I ever get sick from VR is if I'm absolutely smashed. That's the only time. I've never gotten VR sick, or like never actually thrown up. I've had woozy. I'm like, oh, but that's when the world's spinning already, and then also wearing a headset does not go together well.
And then Tropical. So how many people have came to you like, hey, Oculus just released a Cambria. Are you going to come out on it?
Not that many, actually.
Not that many? Oh,
no.
Dang.
I'm
thinking you get that a lot because, you know...
No.
And yeah, so how many steps away do you think Quest would be to put VAIL onto a standalone headset?
So now that we launched early access, we have a lot on the roadmap. So one of the things that is a big goal is that by the end of next year, we want to be on a few platforms.
Mm-hmm.
We're very bullish on PlayStation. I think
course,
PlayStation
yeah.
VR 2 is going to be great. It's going to be a high quality headset on a console, super easy to use. And PlayStation VR 1 did great. They did amazing, and they weren't even that good. So I think PSVR 2, I've seen it, I've tried it. It's really good.
Oh, you got to try it? I'm jealous.
Yeah, I got it. So I'm very excited. I think it's gonna be great. And then I think the Quest Pro was just the flex of like tech, like pure hardware.
They still don't have the software to match
yeah,
it.
there's just no software, there's no usability, but the tech is really impressive. I think I'm guessing now, but I'm guessing that next year Quest 3 comes out and it'll be like similar spec to the Quest Pro, just cheaper and better, you know?
I don't know. I don't know. The company is in a rut right now. I mean, Facebook's obviously Meta and all that stuff, all failing at the moment. So I don't know how far they're gonna push.
I don't think they're failing though. That's all media, right? Like
Well,
media wants to
yeah.
say
No,
that.
I meant
But they're doing
like
the same thing.
personnel wise, yeah.
Oh, that's all tech though. All tech is down across the board. Like a lot
Yeah.
of big companies are laying off a lot of people. It's really,
Yeah,
sad.
it's really depressing to see people do that. And, if you really look at it, there's a lot of companies out there that are in talks of headsets. You even have like the new one from Steam,
I,
the
I think
Decker.
look right now, it's
Oh,
really
so-
weird because guys, so there was a study that just got posted on Wall Street Journal, and even though the media is showing how many tech jobs are being let go, the US is the strongest it's ever been in tech hiring.
Yeah,
There's
so
actually
so
more new tech jobs than the media says have been let off, which is it's pretty wild, but it just shows that, as a country, we're going really hard in tech.
yeah,
of course.
I think that hasn't changed. I think since we had the major shortage of like processors and like parts for the tech industry, I think that's kind of why it's been a little on the rut. But obviously in the last 2 years, we're starting to like get like the 4090s and everything, and the chipsets are coming out. So
Yeah.
I think that's why the market's coming back up the way it is. I could be wrong, but like for the longest time, they couldn't get the supply for all the things they needed.
But is this tech not going towards VR though? It's going towards other things,
Yeah, it can. Yeah.
What is there anything that VR lacks, like PC VR alone, that would make your game better that you would wish that would come into the play?
The hardware is here, man. The
Mhm.
Quest 2 for standalone is a beast.
I think
the fact that
the
it even works,
Valve
like,
Index
think about how
needs-
crazy that is. Like the Quest 2, you can make some really cool stuff on it.
Hmm.
It's only going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
PC VR is powerful already. PlayStation VR 2 is about to come out and be very
Oh, yeah.
powerful at home. Like the hardware is here, guys. The hardware is already here. I think it's more about we need more games, right? And it doesn't have to be just games. For overall VR, we need more usability.
Yeah.
experience. Yeah, like there's like the experiences where you can go to like other countries, other places in the world.
Like anything. It
Yeah.
could be anything. Like I have a question. You guys ever bought a PlayStation or an Xbox?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which one?
I had the original Xbox One.
I've had every
Alright,
PlayStation.
alright. Question. Why did you buy the Xbox One?
Why? Because it was the next generation and I was deploying and I wanted something that I could use easily overseas.
Yeah, but was there like a game you thought of when you bought it?
Modern Warfare 2019, because that came
Okay.
out just as I was deploying and I was like, I want it.
Okay. Me too, by the way. I got an Xbox because of Halo. I got a PlayStation because of Call of Duty, and Halo on the Xbox kept giving me Red Rings of Death.
Oh,
And I got a
oh.
PC to play Counter-Strike and Valorant and World of Warcraft.
Dang.
Right? So every time I bought hardware, it was because I wanted to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
VR wasn't that. VR was I want to explore what VR could be.
Yeah, honestly,
Right?
that was the same experience for me. I bought VR because I thought it'd be awesome, not
It's
because of
just
any of the
crazy.
games.
It's mind blowing.
Yeah,
It's mind blowing.
it is.
It's the possibilities are endless, right? But we're
Yeah.
weird. All of us are weird. We see the future. The future is not here yet.
Hmm.
So regular people, they it's not here yet, right? They don't get it.
Mhm.
But
I don't
once-
think it's as
once it
practical
gets-
to the normal
It's,
person.
it's not.
maybe.
It's not practical yet. It's not. It's very complicated stuff, guys.
Until
Like,
they
it is.
try it, man. Because like,
It's normal. It's normal to us, but
yeah,
eventually there's gonna be stuff. Like I'll give you an example, right? I was driving my car, and to pay for parking, I needed to use a smartphone app on my iPhone.
Oh yeah, I've
I
used
didn't.
one of
I didn't
those.
have my phone though, so I couldn't pay for parking. It was crazy, right? And then
Legally
I got
parked.
a ticket.
Yeah.
In the future, I don't know if this is true or not. This is speculation, but I think Apple is working on kind of like XR
Mhm.
glasses, right? So not like
Yeah.
VR, not AR and VR combined. And my speculation is that they're gonna focus on AR developers first because they already have 10,000 plus AR apps. Some
Mhm.
very successful, like Pokemon Go is
Yep.
very big. There's a few other very big AR apps. So they can make VR headset with AR inside, focusing on AR first, and then they'll have a big user base, and then boom, VR developers are gonna start saying, "Wow, there's already,
Yeah, there's already
million-
the backing.
there's
Yeah,
already,
I could.
there's already
I
millions of
understand.
AR
Yeah,
users,
yeah.
and AR users and VR users. If it's the same headset, It's the same user. You
capabilities.
See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The same user because you get it for the AR, but then all of a sudden they're like, hey, there's a VR app. You're like, all right, cool, it's the same headset.
That's like cell phones. Cell phones came out with like apps and stuff.
I'm not about AR. I cannot stand AR. I don't know what it is. Not for me.
Wait, AR?
Mm-hmm.
It's with your iPhone.
Yeah.
And you see Pokemon. What's the issue?
I don't do that. Yeah.
I don't even use like the full camera thing. It's just like AR to me is a goofy concept.
It's cute though. Like you see the Pokemon on the phone.
I could see AR doing good with like strategy games where you place turrets or like there's this like tower defense. Yeah, I think AR would do great at that.
Well,
I don't think it'd be as good with Call of Duty.
You have Demio.
Oh yeah, Demio. I've never played that one, but it looks good.
I think they're making a D&D game that's going to be AR. You know, and then we do have a question in there before it does get lost in the chat is about cheating in the game, and I think that's a huge concept. I think a lot of people talk about like when it comes to cheating in VR because it is very different. But a lot of people when they talk about cheating, there's a difference between having a game of fighting with cheaters that are playing Quest, which is pretty hard to do, but then you have people that can get these crazy malicious exe files they can download and then have any overlay they want. Like, are you going to have anti-cheat software? Are you going to start, like, if you catch a cheater, are you going to ban their IP address on their computer where they can't play the computer anymore?
Yeah, so we take cheating very seriously. Right now, we've prevented a lot of the traditional, simple cheats like play space cheating and very like the simple things, right? The ones that people do very quickly. Now we just heard about our first actual like real cheater, and we already are patching it, but it was crazy. We were like, oh my god, right? Like people are actually out here.
Somebody cares enough.
Yeah, like we were like, wow, like that's crazy. We're working on easy anti-cheat implementation right now.
Yeah.
And we've been working on it, right? Slowly. Now we're putting more resources on it to make it faster, but we were putting it on slowly because we're like, oh, it's VR. No one's gonna cheat in VR. Oh. Yeah, some people they play space cheat and do some things, but like.
So for those who don't know, what is play space cheating?
Oh, play space cheating is just like. It's like it's just your settings it's your accessibility settings that can make you like be as tall or whatever height that you want and like bounce around and just do things because it's accessibility.
You could
like
set
Pop
your
One.
so Pop One back in the day, like for Oculus, you can literally get on your crouch down into a squat position, set your play space when the first ring comes in, and then stand up, and that's how these people were head peeking.
Oh my goodness. What the hell?
Yeah, because you see over the wall, but people don't see that.
Some people can do stuff like that. Other people make themselves very small so you can't hit them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but whatever. We just couldn't believe it. We were very honestly impressed. We were very happy and thought it was really not like.
So was he permabanned or how did you handle his ban if you did? Or
yeah,
did you warn him?
we banned that person. We tried talking to them and like they're just whatever type of person they are, they're just. That's just what they do. No, they have a website. They have a website that makes cheats. Like that's their business, right?
Oh, okay.
For Valorant and Counter-Strike and all this shit. Like, it's like legit.
So he's an asshole. Okay.
Yeah, literally, basically.
Yeah,
but
he ruins people's experience.
Talking to him, I was like, hey, dude, like, not cool, whatever. He was just like, fuck you, like, you're not a good dev. You don't know programming. He started getting very technical with me. I'm like, listen.
Awesome.
I don't program.
That's not my job. I hired somebody for that.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're smarter than me, but whatever. And then I sent it to the devs. The devs just looked at it and were like, oh, this is like level 1 hacks, haha. But the fact that someone went to level 1 hacks in VR, we're like, all right, we gotta just take care of it now. So yeah, we're taking care of it. We got rid of them. And then we just revoked their access on Steam, and they already had Vax on their account, by the way. That's the irony. Yeah, right. Like a lot of Vax on record, and we're like, oh, no surprise. And there's a lot of comments on their profile like hacker. Like
honestly, let me say this as one of your players. Honestly, I really appreciate the seriousness that's been taken because some VR games there really is no care and like.
Oh no, we hate it.
It's disheartening. As a player, like I want to play the game.
As an industry, it's just like, bro, it's just the wackest thing ever, right? Like, but I will tell you one thing. I'll never forget this experience. as a kid when I was playing Halo on PC back in the day, there was a period of time where everybody was hacking with automatic aiming of the snipers.
Oh, what?
And if you didn't have the auto aim with the sniper, you just couldn't play the game. So I downloaded that hack and I had it, but it was great. Everybody had it, and it like created different types of game
That's
modes.
different though. That's like
That's
custom lobbies. That's custom
yeah, it was
lobbies.
custom
at that
lobbies. It was
point.
custom lobbies.
Yeah.
It was custom lobbies. But everybody was like doing it. I was into these custom lobbies. Everybody was cheating, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then they explained to me how to get it. I'm like, all right, cool.
I mean, that's like 2B2T. If you know Minecraft at all, they all use exploits, not hacks.
Yeah.
Dude, the funniest thing going on right now is I don't know if you guys know the streamer Nadia and how her allegations of being a hacker whatsoever, and they had to they took her and put her in like a private room for like a week on their PC built and had her on camera like 24/7 surveillance, and she couldn't mess with the computer. They had to open up the game for her just to prove that she wasn't a cheater. It got really serious. It was all over the place.
That's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So from Notorious Will here, how is moderation going to work? Are you going to have volunteer moderators, or is it going to be AI? I added in the last piece.
Wait, let me see.
It says, how is your moderation going to work? Are you going to use
In-game
volunteers
moderation or Discord moderation? I'm guessing game moderation. Right?
I'm guessing
we're
game
gonna
as well.
have in-game moderation.
He means like people, or is it going to be some AI that's tracking movement?
It's a mixture. It's a mixture, but all like ban tickets are always reviewed by humans.
I appreciate that too. Yeah.
No, of course. Like you can get warnings and things like that, like from automatic stuff, like cursing and just like being vulgar and things like that. Like there's a lot. Like every big game has a bunch of these softwares that.
But you're not IP banning.
IP banning?
Yeah, you literally destroy their computer that they can never play your game again.
I don't know. I don't think so. If it's something like that, but I'd have to talk to the programmer.
It's not destroying the computer.
It's
basically,
not destroying
it prevents the computer
terrible.
from running the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, destroying sounded terrible. Like their whole computer's just down bad.
It's down bad.
How bad?
I want to play this game.
That actually, guys, wait. If you cheated and your computer got destroyed, there would be no cheaters.
I know. There would be
that's
none.
fair. Yeah.
Wouldn't be upset.
I know. And if that's what it's got to come
They
to
ruined
be.
Call of Duty lobbies, by the way. There's so many cheaters.
Dude, you would.
I don't expect anything otherwise at this point.
You'll get on a stream with like Shroud, and all of a sudden his game just fucking explodes, and you're like, he was really a cheater.
No, oh my god, that just like a
People would
claymore
cry.
goes
I think
off
people
next
would
to
cry.
you.
But
Oh yeah,
talking about like something funny about new software. And then I want to get into talking about the tournament and future stuff as well. So we talking about bringing this before I knew that you were going to come on the podcast. I was like, we have to talk about it, regardless if we have a guest or not. I don't know if it's a spoof or what, but they have a headset coming out that has 3 charges that if you die in game, it kills you.
I still think this
Would
is
you try it?
a novelty item.
It is a novelty item, but how nutty is that?
It's nutty to make it, and it was a great PR stunt.
Oh,
Because
for sure.
The guy made it, and it went viral.
It did.
And
It went
he
viral.
literally said, though, it's
He-
not meant for anybody to use.
Yeah.
And you know what? Until 5 years later, they're putting these on freaking inmates on death row, and they're
Ooh.
making,
Ooh.
yeah.
That'd be play a game of Pavlov VR without dying, and you
Dude,
bleed.
I don't
major
know.
bets. That's some death race stuff happening right there.
I don't know. This is too much.
Too
VR should be pretty. VR should be
is.
great.
But I've
Yeah.
always talked about people about extreme VR, and I know like even when you look at your settings that you allow people to hit a button to crouch, or they can crouch in real life, And I remember last
Yeah.
time speaking to you, if you were gonna disable that, and you said, "Well, why disable it when we built it in the game? It's made to be played like that way." But then it's like I was talking to some people with like B haptics and stuff like that, where it comes to like realism, like. What would be the difference of playing a game at the level that you saw play in Miami compared to like actually putting on a B-haptic vest that didn't, but not kill him or like hurt him, but it shocked him enough to where it phased him a little bit to where
Shock you? Yeah.
yeah,
whatever.
and it like messed with them a little bit. Like, you don't think people want to see that realism?
So I absolutely would love
I think-
that.
I think from a spectating standpoint, it would be great
Oh,
And we actually, we're very close with Behaptics. We really love their team and their hardware, and we plan on having them implemented very soon.
Oh, I'm
And
excited. I want one
I
of
could
those.
imagine seeing that on stage for sure. I have to talk to all the players. Everybody has to agree. It has to be fair and even. It's not like some people can wear it, some people can't.
Exactly.
So,
I'd,
but
I'd,
I
I'd get
think I
shocked for
think
the
they
game.
do it. I think they do it for the sport.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the VR esports team, they go hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do it for the sport. We actually tried getting it implemented before the first tournament, but we just didn't have time. We were just rushing the whole time to get it to work.
Yeah, you guys put that together. You said, hey, let's go ahead and do this tournament, and then all of a sudden it's just like we have this amount of time. We have over 100 teams coming in. Let's go ahead and do this huge ass bracket, and now let's do this Miami tournament. Like, first of all, how stressful was that? And then also, congratulations on having a successful freaking tournament. You know?
Yeah, I want to hear about your side of the things. I've heard some of the players' side. What is your side of the things?
Oh, I loved it. Like that was crazy. Like the whole entire team that put this on together was crazy. And like I worked very hard, but there was so many people involved with this. Some people that worked much harder, and I just was like, wow, like this is great, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was just wow. Like the whole production, the attention to detail, the partnership from the different companies that sponsored and collabed with us and displayed there.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It was great. The players are super happy. The match was crazy. The finals, Vortex and Wrecked literally went 9-11 3 times in a row. It was 9-11 one team, then it was 9-11 the other team tied, next game wins, and it went all the way back to 9-11. And Vortex won. But it was just like neck and neck the whole time. Like people were messing with me, coming up to me and being like, how do you rig this? Like this is too good. And I was like, it was
too accurate.
No, it was just like too crazy of a show. And I was like, I couldn't have paid to have this show. Like the two teams went so hard and they were both playing so perfectly.
Yeah.
And it was just like neck and neck for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, just edge of your seat, 1,000 people there, just like, what the hell is happening? And people were going nuts. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
And the craziest thing,
it was very good to watch.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about it is that you probably are not going to do another one for about a year or so, just for better planning, or you like might do one sooner. But the thing is that you did all this in alpha,
Yeah. That was to get her. No, that was beta. That was a beta tournament.
That was beta.
That was a beta tournament. Yeah. We did a pre-alpha and an alpha tournament, but they were very small, like 12 teams one time and like I think like 30 teams, 40 teams the second time.
That's
and
still 30
like
teams is massive. 30 teams is massive. I
did like a 12-hour marathon in VAIL one time. Like just like I was like playing too. It was crazy.
Yeah, and I really hope that, as the years come and more headsets come out, and we're about to see another big boom of people buying headsets, either if it's going to be the Pico or the Quest. Who knows what parents are going to buy their kids, it's going to be one or the other. But, hopefully more people get into PCs instead of getting consoles, and they can actually pick up PC VR as well. Just because I think, in my opinion, that's the way to go, that consoles are kind of out the door, and then people will start getting PC. Because PC, I think, will always be around no matter what. But the one thing that I've noticed is that with VR being kind of smallish, and once the tournament ended, that I was talking about this last podcast, is just like the momentum. Like, are you guys trying to keep momentum driving? Because I've noticed that it kind of died off a little bit, but it's like you're doing this release stuff, but like what are you gonna do to make next year even bigger?
Yeah, when is next season? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, so our strategy for the beta was to get as many people there as possible, because we actually didn't know how many people were going to show up. Way too many people showed up, actually, like way more than we expected. But we were like,
that's really
awesome.
Good though, honestly.
Yeah, it was great.
Turnout is amazing, honestly, for VR events.
We had a lot of people, so it was good. For early access, I was stressed out because you can actually start leaving reviews on the game. So, it's no longer DMs. It's up there. Like you're seeing
players live.
You're seeing the real reviews. Yeah. Like that's it. It's no more beta, alpha, nothing. It's like out there. Like that's it. So it was stressful, but we didn't want to overmarket it. We actually did like a very quiet. We just like did it on our socials and that's it. And we launched, and I'm so happy that we didn't, because we
With
had
a
a killer.
tease, though, Tropical.
We had a killer bug that was causing 10% of servers to crash.
Oof.
We also didn't have servers in Tokyo or Singapore or Brazil, where, to my surprise, there was a lot of player demand, which I had no idea, because we had a lot of like, beta data, like we kind of knew where to have the servers up, but we just didn't have any beta testers in Brazil or East Asia, because I guess we don't speak their language, so they didn't join the beta. When we launched it, they were crazy, and we didn't have any servers, so a lot of them were leaving bad reviews, like can't connect servers, whatever.
Go
So
figure.
we fixed like there was like 10 different things that people complained about, right? One, more content. People want more guns, they want more maps, they want more tacticals, more game modes, they want all that. That's coming, that's what we're working on. Like, but we can't do anything about it. Like, it's what we got. What else?
Speaking on your overall reviews, you have an overall a very positive on the Steam store.
Yeah, no, we're very happy, but a lot of people complained about performance because we had a bug that we forgot to do. Then people complained about not being able to join servers and having terrible lag and like random things like that. But because we didn't do a big announcement, we fixed it in the first 2 days, and there's a few other things we're fixing.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna be good. So the good news is we have a lot of friends in the industry, and we're currently talking about different like things we're gonna do, like marketing things. But the main thing that I think people want to know is the esports. We're working with IVR right now. We're very close to announcing season 1 to officially start.
Okay.
Next year, early next year. We're thinking January. But wait to finish. IVR was going to make an official announcement, and then we're going to start with season 1. But I'm very excited. I think I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of new teams that join, especially after seeing the first esports tournament that we did.
Certainly.
We have a lot of content getting made on there right now, and we're gonna, guys, we have so much content, by the way. We made like a full documentary.
Awesome.
We have like player highlight reels. We have so much good content, but I'm not posting any of it right now because I don't want to.
Yeah, I noticed that. I mean, obviously, not my team specifically, but certain teams. I haven't seen any.
I'm not posting anything. I have all this content, guys. By the way, I'm hoarding this content right now. I don't know, you guys. I think it's fair to say you guys know we make good content. We make content.
Yeah, it's very well done production wise.
Right now, I have a lot of content and I'm guarding it. Usually, I'm like, guys, roll that content out. Like more content. Content's important. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about it. You got to make content. He's so right. We got like, we're fully on TikTok, Reddit, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, LinkedIn, Facebook. Even we made a Facebook page, guys.
Wow, you sound so young. You sound so
young. Why
young.
the fuck not, right?
It's Facebook official.
Yeah, like I was like, why not? There's a massive VR community, older demographic on Facebook, by the way. Some of them military people.
Yeah,
yep,
I'm on Facebook.
Actually.
Gosh.
I'm not on Facebook, but I understand the military presence.
You got to make all this content, but right now I'm holding the content. I'm waiting for the right time. We launched a week before Thanksgiving on purpose. All the people are going to get on holiday. All the little kids.
You're biding your time and waiting to release the content when everybody are all looking.
No, yeah, but not even Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving, people are going to start getting into it. We want to start upscaling like our servers and make sure it all works. And then Christmas time, that's the big.
It's the biggest break. Boom. Yeah, it is.
The biggest break. So Christmas, like a little bit before Christmas, like when we're gearing up to Christmas.
Yeah.
That's when you do a content explosion. Check out all this dope stuff. Check out all this dope stuff. It's fresh of mind. Season 1 starts now. Join this Discord, make a team, sign up. You could be the next Rect, the next Vortex, the next Strive, the next Cobra Cartel, the next Global Chem, whatever it is, right? Like we have all this, but it's not the time right now. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. Right now, everybody's on Warzone. Everybody's on.
Yeah, releases are more important than the games themselves half the time.
Yeah.
Half the reason why Battlefield 4 did so meh, even though it was a great game, was that it was released similarly to like Call of Duty, and there was like 3 Call of Duties that came out that year alone.
Well, Call of Duty really kills it.
all the time.
Yeah, it's just
It doesn't matter.
It's the same game 10 times over, and whatever people want to.
You could also be the next Havoc. I'll say it.
Yeah. There we go. Jeez, I was in there. I'm just like, no Havoc, but I think you're just basically saying the people you have actual content on from the tournament you have.
Yeah. I'm talking about the
what you
people I
meant.
have content on.
Yeah.
Because we made all this content like around these teams because they were all here in Miami, right?
Yeah.
So like, we made them heroes. We have to make dope
Yeah.
content. They look fucking badass. Like
That's
they look so
awesome.
good. Yeah. It's good.
So,
But eventually we'll get Havoc down here. We'll shoot some content. I'm super down.
dude, if we had a little bit more time, I think we could have put a team together. We just had a team put
Season
together.
one.
They just weren't fully.
Season 1.
They just didn't.
Bro, that
jive
was
with each
beta
other,
tournament. That wasn't. That didn't
Yeah, it
even
doesn't count for nothing. Doesn't count
That
for
didn't
nothing.
even count. That was the beta tournament. Not everybody was in that.
I know.
Now season 1, it's out. That's it. Best VAIL VR team show up. Like, not
Yeah,
closed off
trust me,
anymore.
the
Yeah.
person right next to you, he's my captain for the VAIL team. So trust me, he's
I'm
already
pushing.
on it.
I'm pushing.
Dude,
Trying to get players.
he plays also Pavlov as well, and they have a hell of a team right there. He's a really good Pavlov player, so it's going to transcribe over to playing VAIL. So I think when it comes to the gun mechanics, it goes hand in hand. Obviously, it's a different play style. Kind of, you're still going for team-based killing, last person alive type stuff.
Yep.
So when your game modes happen, is it a cycle, or when you do the tournaments, is only one? It's only
What do you
one.
mean?
Like what?
Is your tournaments gonna have multiple different game modes, or is it only gonna be the search and destroy / artifact?
All right, so I have a question for you, okay? Because we're actually talking about this right now.
Ooh.
Live.
I'm ready.
We're gonna
Live.
go for it. We're going for it.
excited.
I'm going
Okay.
back to the leaks. All right, but I'm curious what you think. We just got Capture the Orb in. It's not close to done yet. There's a lot of polish that we're gonna add, like indicators and haptics and
Okay.
some respawn timing, things like that, to make it like more competitive.
Mm-hmm.
But we're thinking, what if we do a best of 3 and it's one of each game mode? One's team deathmatch,
Yeah.
one's artifact, one's Capture the Orb.
I
And
think that
even
would diversify
From
the
a viewing,
communities.
no, but not only that. Wait, diversify. Explain what you mean.
So some people only like to watch search and destroy. Some people only like to watch team deathmatch. People just, people have certain play styles for certain game modes.
Some people
And
only play
viewership.
one game mode. You give it to everybody.
Viewership. Yeah, viewership.
So I thought the viewership, because we did a lot of surveys actually. So like we had 1,500 people show up to the live VR esport thing. We did surveys to collect data. And one of the things that people didn't like is they said that the entire time they were watching it, because remember when you're live streaming, guys, like you're talking 6 hours, 8 hours, like a long period of time. They were jumping in and out, and they were like, it was all the same thing.
Yeah.
It was all the same thing, right?
Yeah, I think that's what would
So,
diversify the content.
Halo, I was looking at like how Halo runs their tournaments. Halo does a best of 7, where
Mhm.
like they do 3 different game modes and Slayer. So it's like Slayer, objective, Slayer, objective, Slayer, objective. They do it like that. And I was looking at their content, and I don't know, it looked interesting. So we're discussing it. We're discussing it right now.
Yeah. So
I think it brings more variety also because people have to like master multiple types of things.
Yeah, you would have to have a higher skill level to properly, play the game and understand what to do. It would require like teams to have actual cohesiveness. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of guys.
Yeah, and
throwing
I
together
do want to
stuff.
talk about this because the one thing I wouldn't do 3, I would do 5, and then have 2 that would be randomly split, and then there'd be 1 just offset, like
3 constants and 2 variables.
Yeah. So you have that, and then it's gonna be a mixer match. But the one thing that I want to talk on is that even though it's not that much of a popular game, I'm pretty sure most people here have heard of Larcenauts, right? Larcenauts VR. It was gonna be.
Yeah, of course.
It was gonna be their type.
I was
of
hyped for
Overwatch.
that.
Yeah. So
It was like a hero shooter in VR.
Yeah. And so what the thing is that they have like capture the flag, team deathmatch, and then they have this ball, like a game where you get a ball and you have to pretty much be in a zone for so long with the ball. Well, when we did our tournaments for that, the one thing that made Havoc so freaking dominant is that we knew how to play every game mode. When you saw other like teams that were trying to compete against us, they might have been only good at team deathmatch because that's all they knew. But
Yeah.
anything else they would lack on. And I think that like what he was saying is that when you give more options, it is one going to be more watched because people will find their niche. Two, when it comes to actually skill, you better show up and know everything. And that's like you basically have to know the game.
And like increases the skill ceiling too.
Yeah,
It does.
And if you have things that aren't on a rolling thing to where it's like this game you're doing this, you might be hopped into the orb or whatever. At least it allows playability to happen in all game modes because people have to practice for them.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there's a lot more understanding that takes place too. Like it requires you to have to, strategize properly. Like in Search and Destroy, it's capture the point and then hold the point and then detonate the bomb. That's it. There's no, and then as the opposite side, you're, hey, defuse the bomb, make sure the bomb isn't planted. But if you have the team deathmatch, how is a team supposed to cooperate in a team deathmatch setting where everybody's spawning in different locations, right? Like that's going to be a difficult thing.
Right.
And then
Slayer is very competitive in Halo. It's like a thing.
Yeah, I don't know what your other game mode's looking like right now, but it's going to require different aspects and different understandings of what to do, how to strategize. And so I think it's going to be really cool if you do end up doing.
It's going to be unique.
That's something that I don't see in the VR market right now, and I think that's definitely a very good play.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Let's see. We want to get Capture the Orb feeling really good and polished, and we're gonna start doing like we're thinking of doing like a little fun 1 day, 2 day tournament, partnering with the league and doing something like that on Capture the Orb to like make sure it's ready for something like that. We want to test it.
Yeah.
And if that works, then if the community, because we have to talk to the esports community. Maybe we pitch it to the esports community. They like it. I'm down. It'd be great. I think it'll be fun. And we have some other maps that we're working on as well for Capture the Orb that I think is gonna be fun. And we have to finish polishing it because there's some things in our head that I just want to see it come to life and it'll be perfect. It'll be so fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that there's so much content coming because I've been playing for the better part of the beta season and into the current play tests and the release now, of course. And I'm loving it. I love the content. I love the gunplay. It's very well done. Let me say, as somebody who shot a bunch of weapons like the Scar, the M4, the like it feels very natural to me. And I think that's something that a lot of VR games don't get right. And so I really appreciate that you're pushing out all this content, and it makes it feel as like
we're trying to push out quality content.
Yes.
It's hard. Like we need more guns, we need more maps, we need more everything, but it's like you need
That'll get there.
Yeah,
look at the Pavlov community. The Pavlov community exploded after, being around since 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
And having all of the custom maps now.
Yeah, we're working on like a user generated content sandbox editor type thing.
That'll be amazing.
It's a little further away. We're working on it. When we get a timeline, we'll get a timeline. But I think once that happens, it will be really interesting to see what people create using like VAIL assets.
You'll be
game
so
modes and maps and everything gets made.
Don't think fun. This is like mean or anything, but sometimes people have ideas you won't. And that's my favorite thing about communities that have. Yeah, no, I get it. Me too. Sometimes,
I can't write my name to save my life. Like take a scratch. But my job, I empower the artists and the creatives.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I do all the stuff that they don't want to do so that they can go do their stuff and comes out awesome. So imagine that on a mass scale where everybody can make stuff. That's just.
I mean, look at Pavlov's how it did community games. Just the community games. There was no official
Pavlov
community.
and Contractors is big with community stuff. Like it's all big.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is both those games, they let people kind of build whatever they want. Like you can import whatever. Like you can.
I'm not a fan of that.
Like
and I don't
there's Halo.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. There's Halo. They already do it. They do a very good job, right?
Tell someone gets sued. They are seconds away from being a lawsuit.
That's the thing. The like when you get to a really big point, you blow up because of that. right? Usually they'll sue
And
you or
then
something.
yeah.
I think, right? So I don't know. We don't want to do that, but what we want to do is let people create stuff with the assets that we already made.
Mm-hmm.
Like Halo with Halo Forge mode, right? Like Halo, you could build dope Halo stuff with Halo assets.
Yeah, we're like
And
Pop One
not
right
only
now.
that, exactly what Pop One did. They did it smart. They did it very smart. It's more performant. It fits the aesthetic. It's easier, so more people can actually make stuff instead of like 1% of people that have to know exactly how to be technical.
Yeah, I don't think it'll
It's more
change too much of
creative.
having to understand the drop system or like the fall damage system. You're just like, hey, I have a ladder, I put it here, and you
Yeah,
know, like it's
Mhm.
pretty
exactly.
simple, like Forge, you know, like you're
It's
saying.
just being creative, just be creative and come up with gameplay. Don't worry about the
Exactly, yeah.
technical. Like we'll figure out the technical, you come up with gameplay.
Yeah.
And I
I think
think
that's very
a
intelligent.
lot of the top games, they came from community made stuff that ended up being really fun and blew up a lot of games.
Very
So
sure. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited. We're a little far away, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're building out all the plumbing and groundwork now.
Yeah, and so you said you're going with obviously for season 1 IVRL, right?
Yeah. We're gonna go with that, bro.
So is it will it always stay with that? Are you against another league coming in and doing that? Or are you just saying, hey, that you guys are gonna be our main league just so we don't satirize it?
We're working with IVRL. They're our partners. We've been working on them with this for like, a few years now. It's been a while. So we have a roadmap ahead of us, but we're also IVRL and us, like, we work together and we're both partnering with like other leagues right now to do other
To expand,
tournaments and
yeah.
stuff. Not even expand. Guys, the truth is, I'm gonna tell you a secret. VR esports makes negative money.
It
Okay.
does. I
Okay.
understand that
So
with all the time put in.
I have a
it's just
fix for
it's
that,
just
but no one wants to do it.
it makes no look, this is the truth. It makes negative money for one reason. Okay. You need viewers to monetize. Okay.
Very,
Media
very,
rights is
yeah.
everything.
That's one
You
thing.
need viewers. It doesn't even matter about the players, by the way. This is the interesting part. People don't realize this. VR esport watchers are completely different people than VR esports players or even regular VR gamers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Esports is one of the most widely watched things in the world because of the Asian market. No one has really watched VR esports. You're now taking gaming and combining athleticism and physical movement, right? Every person I show VR esports to, they like it. It's different. It's like, wow. So what I believe is that VR esports can be the biggest thing in the world from viewers watching this stuff. It doesn't even have to be gamers. The thing is, there hasn't been like that marketing yet. Like no one's really broken into that because
The only thing that's been exposed is like the Oculus. The Oculus is the only thing that's been exposed.
They did it. My opinion is it was a little too early, and they didn't market it. They didn't market it right. They just didn't market it right. Barely got any views. It needed more views. But I think TikTok can help a lot with this, by the way, because TikTok, and I know America's trying to, get rid of TikTok, and I hope we don't because it's really good for marketing.
YouTube just made a big deal, so.
Oh, what happened? YouTube?
So YouTube Shorts coming up with their next update. They're will
Tell me what's happening.
Will almost positively go up against TikTok pretty hard. So their monetization split will be 40-60.
Oh.
Okay.
Those are some nice numbers.
So
I like those.
This is the thing. Let me see. I want to see something.
That's a huge deal.
For some reason, the TikTok algorithm, it really works for us.
Yeah,
and
because
for YouTube,
we're made of nature, so it's like if we like something and it flashes in us and it meets our
but
niche.
YouTube, we post the same videos on YouTube, 1 to 10K views.
So here's the thing.
Every now and then we'll hit 30, 50K.
But is that with the shorts too?
So shorts.
I'm just looking at shorts.
So if you talk about shorts though, and like while you're looking this up, right now they have YouTube is just a freaking pile of shit right now. And so their next update is talking about making the commission split a little bit more friendly, 40-60. That's fair because YouTube's been stealing money from content creators for a while. And then not only that, but they're separating videos and the shorts separately now, because now if you go to someone's videos, you go live, the shorts and their videos are all mixed together like
This is going to be a different app or a different tab entirely?
It's just going to be a different tab entirely.
Okay. I mean, that's smart. I mean, trying to separate the communities is a good thing and a bad thing. I think you'll lose viewership overall, but I think it'll even out, I think.
Well, TikTok's literally a time bomb of how much longer will it even be around. You know, we've seen this before. You know, we had Vine, and Vine went down
exploded and died.
Yeah, and died. And then we have like a couple other ones that are trying to pop up here and there. But if you want to talk about a powerhouse that's not going to go anywhere, it's definitely YouTube. And then also Instagram.
YouTube's been around forever.
Yeah, and then but before we change the subject on like people making money in VR esports, and the one thing that I personally probably next year for Havoc will definitely push towards is, one, we are looking into doing our own tournaments and probably doing something a little differently, is that we're actually going to make people pay into the tournament. People are not stop giving people free rides and giving them free shit. Say, hey, you want to play my season? $200 a team. Or, start out,
or per person, per head.
Yeah, it's $25 a head. And then me, as an organizer, it helps me get sponsorships, and then I can actually say, hey, you sign the contract, you get free ship my sponsorship, and I'll pay for your entry fee, but if you win, I get a percentage back. And that goes into the
And you could also pay your people that help you, maybe, perhaps.
And so
that actually makes sense.
So you know what? I said screw it. I go, if no one's gonna do it, Havoc's gonna start doing tournaments on their own end. Probably start with contractors and start getting people to pay, and then people actually have a stake in it. People complain about not wanting to show up to their games on a Wednesday or a Saturday. Guess what? You have money on the line. You're gonna show the freak up to you. You're gonna show up.
I think that also kills some of the player count. I think that'll kill some of the player count. Unfortunately,
I mean, like finding serious players though.
Yeah, exactly. It's people that are dedicated to the sport, but I think that's where I'm like, yeah, you'll cut off maybe a few of the younger players. Like I know some 15 younger.
They will join people like me that have huge organizations with people backed in it, where I have no problem getting a good team and then giving them money. If you don't do good, guess what? I will drop you as a team and I'll find the next best team and give them my money. That's how it works. That's business.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, I definitely suggest if people want to listen to this, the best next step, you want to start introducing money into VR esports, make people pay into the tournament.
So as developers, we can't do that, but
you can.
You guys can do that.
We can do that exactly.
Yeah,
also you could whisper the ear into IVRL, hey, for our tournaments,
You should talk to IVRL, because IVRL is partnering with certain leagues, like doing tournaments and stuff like that, because the truth is we all just want to work together to make an industry. Mm-hmm. So IVRL's been talking to a lot of people. You should definitely reach out to them.
Yeah, I've been trying to get them on. They've been too busy with your stuff.
Yeah, they're very slammed. You're like the third person to tell me. So
yeah.
I will. I haven't even spoken to them actually. It's been a while.
Well, I messaged them probably like a month before your tournament just to see if they want to talk about the tournament, and they're just like, I think I talked to I think it's a lady. I think it's the one person that is head over everything.
Mama Birds?
I think that might be it. Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember right now. I'll have to reach out to them again. But they said they were just too busy, and I go, hey, I get it. You guys are literally putting this together and trying to figure all this crap out. It's your first one. I have no problem with getting back to you later. So
they're there though. They're there.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's my plan for Havoc next year, because something's got to change. Havoc's been around for 2 years now, and we've won tournaments, but it's cool that my players have won maybe a B Haptics vest or something here. It's just but no one's winning money. There's no cash flow happening, and
there's no real bragging rights either. Oh, look, I won season 10. Oh, cool.
Exactly.
I mean, what does that give you? Oh, I got merch.
Yeah, you got merch. You got nothing. And then obviously,
we're doing it for the love, and eventually it's gonna come. It's just too damn.
Cool. The love of the love of the sport.
It's too damn cool. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. The moment will come. I don't know when it's gonna come, but it's gonna come.
It's eventual.
I'm young enough that it's gonna happen, right? I'm not
And
dying next year.
this is kind of like
I'm
when
getting
games
old,
initially
though,
came
Tropical.
out and they
Let's hurry this
started
up.
when it's like when games first came out, you know, there wasn't any professional scene until like, you know, GoldenEye and some other stuff where people were like, hey, we could actually, you know, do something with this and, you know, get players that are cool and like great at the game, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like creating an entirely new ecosystem pretty much. I mean, that's having your viewers, your gamers, and your tournament creators, you know.
And I'm just over here excited to become the very first Golf Plus Pro.
No. I'm the most professional golf player. Oh yeah, why don't you
That
play
is a
golf
fun
in real
game,
life?
Yeah, so they're getting ready to do that over at Real. They're about to get. I've been trying to push them to poke them, and they say they have no support on it yet. And I'm like, I'll be your
You have
support.
me, dang it.
I'll
You have me.
I'll start some matches up. But as you said, season 1. How long's the season? Like, is there any information you can talk about it?
No,
Sign
I'm
ups,
waiting.
nothing?
I'm waiting on IVRL. They're finished. They have to remember they have to strategize and finalize the whole plan before they say anything because they don't want to say anything and then.
I have a question
me?
for you then.
Good.
What kind of new content are you looking for? Are you for gun wise? What kind of weapons are you hoping to bring into the game? Weapon types or
you want to know the truth?
Go ahead.
They don't tell me. Crazy Ivan just runs that shit.
What?
Crazy Ivan just runs that shit. He's the gun
fair
guy.
enough.
Crazy Ivan's the gun guy. ACOG is the ACOG scopes guy. Like
The scope.
you know, we got the map
name.
guy. We got the concept guy, the concept girl. We got the MoGraph guy. You know, we got the programmers. Like everybody's got their thing, and we're all a team. So I don't know. I'm not trying to micromanage what they do. They're artists. They
Oh
do-
yeah, I mean that's fair.
I get weekly check-ins. Like, what's the stat? I have like think of it like this. Like, there's all these people, right, working on one game,
Mhm.
and everybody has their priorities, and everybody's pushing for the priorities, even internally, right? But then there's different roadmaps, and there's different like people that want different things, and we all take turns picking things and adding it. So I have my list. I have my
That's a little
list,
left.
right? And I come to my meetings, and I'm like, guys, what's the status of like these things? And I press them to do that, and it goes around though. Everybody's got
Yeah.
things that they want, right? It's a game,
Task list, yeah.
living and breathing, and everybody's wanting things, and priorities change depending on things that happen, and it's just like that. And then you work on you fix bugs, you work on performance, and then you add features, and it's like in that you just keep doing that. You fix it.
I know you
add
guys.
stuff, you fix it. You add stuff.
I know you guys' update drops have been very frequent. How long are you hoping to continue that? For as long as the game is available, or are you hoping on
Honestly,
obviously
for
this is a
while,
very
yeah.
far it's a far future thing, but like maybe a different type of game or like using your engine to do something else, you know?
Yeah, well, we have like, look, for a long time, it's gonna be almost weekly updates, right? Until
Okay.
the game's like ready for full launch. Like we just have to. Like
Yeah.
it's early access for a reason. Then the game will be full launch. When the game's full launch, then we can do seasonal updates. So there's always new
your
stuff.
focuses
But-
can shift to
But
different
yeah,
projects.
instead of pushing a build once a week, which is crazy, we'll push an update once a quarter with like a lot of stuff packed in and like reskinned, like very nice stuff. But
Yeah.
instead of once a week, once a quarter.
Yeah.
You have more time for strategy, for marketing, for cohesive branding of like this update is this. Right now, every update's like 5% better every day. But like we have to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Eventually we want to partner with other people to build more stuff in VR with the game engine we have, because if we can build a really good competitive, like really good netcode VR esport shooter and then scale up 10 on 10, 20 on 20, 30 on 30, right? Then 100,
Yeah.
150 with guns and physics and everything working. The tech's gonna get better. Then we can do battle royale. If we can do battle royale, that'll be dope.
Yeah.
150 people in VR, like high quality. Eventually, when there's millions of players, right?
Yeah.
We're far away from that, but it's gonna get there, and it's fine. I like what we do every day. We work on it. We make progress.
So so I have a freaking lump of questions now. I got them all in my head now. God damn it. So first of all, before I go, like, do you think with rolling off what you just said about making it high quality and all this stuff, and I know you guys push towards it because obviously you can tell by the weapons that you guys have created are pretty high quality. But so everyone talks about bringing in AAA gaming, right? Or like, is a AAA game going to come in? Like, what's it stopping you guys just saying you're just a AAA game for VR?
AAA is on. It's just budget, right? AAA games have $100 to $300 million budgets these days. So eventually, when we have 100, 200, $300 million invested, then we'll say we're a AAA game. It just means budget. That's all it means.
Okay.
There's some games that are indie that cost you $50,000. There's some that cost you zero, solo dev just doing it.
Yeah.
That are 100 times better than $300 million Battlefield 2042 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just happens. It happens. You go into Battlefield, that shit's epic.
Yeah.
Like the sounds were like tens of millions of dollars. Just the guns and the sounds, like literally just the audio was like tens of millions of dollars. Just the audio. But the game's
That's
not good.
nuts.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean? Guys, every time I go into Call of Duty, I'm like on the dev side, right? So like I shoot a gun, I'm like, wow, that was so expensive.
That's kind of funny. I never, as a gamer, and I've played for several years, I understand the time it takes, and I don't understand the money behind it. So like,
it's crazy.
hearing it from you is funny. I hate to say it.
Video games have bigger budgets than Hollywood movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
It's like one of the biggest budget things. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
$200-300 million budgets. Like this is
yeah.
stuff.
If you watch like the new seasons of Call of Duty or new seasons of Fortnite, those videos right there, those are productions.
Very high quality.
Oh,
yes.
just the video marketing that Fortnite's doing is tens of millions of dollars. Like just the videos they make to market the game.
And on top of buying the IP of the characters that they're using in all their games.
Oh my God.
Playing all the royalties. God, I could not imagine.
Dude, so much going into that game, but they've made it. They found the golden ticket of how to get kids to,
unfortunately,
they found socially what mathematically was cocaine for kids, without it's like,
and what was acceptable for parents too.
Exactly.
Because a lot of the kids, I mean, even I would say the player base of Fortnite is probably 50% kids, maybe a couple teens, and then maybe adults,
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would say predominantly kids.
Yep.
Play the game.
Yeah, and like so I have a nephew, and I asked him what do you want for birthday? What do you want for Christmas? V-Bucks.
V-Bucks.
All they want is freaking V-Bucks.
Oh no.
I'm like, geez, hopefully eventually down the road, I know that cryptocurrencies kind of just hit a freaking wall, but maybe eventually they might actually get profit off skins that they've been purchasing for all these years, and actually have make them, what do you call it? Freaking with
kind of like how Steam has the skins you can trade and they have value.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully down the road they do that. I doubt that, obviously they had to be 18 or old to do that type of shit, but yeah, who freaking knows? But another question, I have a suggestion that would probably be really good for tournaments, but one thing I want to know is that a lot of games, they push meta for guns. Do you guys do any meta shifts that, like someone found a way to balancing? Do you try and persuade someone if a new gun comes out to kind of make it a little more overpowering than the other one, just to get people to use it and then shift it?
We don't do that, but eventually when we have seasonal updates, we're going to do that because that's how you do it, by the way. So it's funny because we're going to have like the weapons that are just staple.
The powerhouses, yeah.
The staple weapons, right? The staple weapons like the AKs, the
M4. Oh yeah.
There's always the staple weapons. But the thing is, once you get all that, you got to come up with like new weapons that don't even have names. They're just like super dope, and like you make it, it's too OP, and then you nerf it, and then
try to get it in the balance of like
and then you nerf it, then you balance it, and then it's like dead for a while, and then a new one comes out, and then it's just like, one, it's like part of development, and two, it makes it exciting, right? Like it just, if everything was perfectly balanced, it would be boring.
As much as I would love for new guns, that are normal to come out into VAIL, I would love to see if VAIL can construct not a realistic, but like a very in-game gun.
I'm pushing for some crazy stuff. So let's see.
Bullpups? Oh, I would be excited
Just
for
crazy,
bullpup.
crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I'm just,
like the needler on
like,
Halo.
yeah, like funky
Dude, that'd
stuff.
be so. Dude, that'd be.
I'm pushing for funky stuff. So
I
let's
want
see.
wonky guns. Like I want like have you seen what's the game? It's the gore game. I can't remember off the top of my head, but you break the shotgun open and you put like little white beads in there. You know what I'm talking about?
No, you have to figure out what that is called. But so one thing that is a suggestion, and I think would be a good concept, and I've been trying to push people just like when it comes to a game that has building popularity, and not only is it building popularity, but we're in VR, and what VR can do compared to other pancake esports is the fact that you can build a stadium around the gameplay that you actually allow people to come into the arena that don't want to go all the way to Florida, to like Miami and stuff to watch it. You say, hey, here's the charging fee. Here's the dome. You can free roam you want. You put them in a glass dome where they can see anybody they want, but then they can also socially interact with people as well while watching the game. So you can have watch parties with friends. You can stream it. You have more, it's more content being pushed out for watch parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think that's great. Actually, I like that.
Because you're in
so
VR.
That game is. We good?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the game is called Scorn. It is a gore horror game. It's got like a shooter survival kind of aspect to it. The guns are so weirdly put together, but it's so cool. Like the visuals alone, it's a beautiful game. Check it out. It's amazing.
Scorn?
Scorn. Scorn.
Huh. I think I've heard of it. So, but yeah, I've always thought about the dome thing. I think that's a cool concept. I would watch it, especially if it was a far trip, especially with how expensive some plane tickets are getting right now.
Florida's like $50. That's from Baltimore to whatever.
I think
Miami.
Vegas is like $3,000 right now.
Excuse me, $3,000?
Yeah, I think there and back depending on your locations and like how fast you want to get there or whatsoever. Like I think someone was
layovers and stuff.
15,200 just like leaving to go see someone for Thanksgiving, and they live in Vegas, leaving Vegas.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it was like $1,500. Not as expensive because they weren't going there, but it's like still like holy cow. It's all going nuts. But is there any other exciting news about VAIL or anyone have any questions? Don't talk all at once, guys.
I know, right?
Let's see.
Well, I mean,
questions.
here I got another maybe interesting question for you.
Go.
So, how are you going to handle people wanting more assets into the game? Are you going to allow a system where they can create an asset maybe and push it up to like maybe the developers or like people? I don't know, a staff member who can review it. Would that be an interesting system?
Yeah, so we're gonna do things like curated assets. Like we're gonna find some sort of way for people to make assets and submit it and get approval, and we can like highlight it and things like that.
Because I think it'd be integral to have, not entirely user generated content, but having the opportunity for users to generate content,
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. We're still like very, very early stages of that. Like right now we're just building out all our assets and like finalizing kind of like our production pipeline. But that's like one of the things that we really want to do, like big picture goal for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. What were you saying, by the way?
So like having this system where like people can having an outlet to improve the game alongside you guys, because since you guys are doing content that is specific.
But are you saying like let people make assets like they can
submit
make
it to
3D
you.
models?
Yeah,
like
and submit it to you.
Like when you say
to
assets,
review.
so you mean like full 3D models?
Yes, 3D models, maybe
Okay.
even maps. Like you guys can make it an official map. Hey,
if
I
they
created this
if they
content.
if they make maps using like all our assets, like make maps, like for sure, there's gonna be like a ranking system and a rating system and like things that are really, really good we can put in like the curated section. That's for sure. Because that's like maps are different than like an
3D
asset.
assets. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like a whole different thing. Like that would have to have like you'd have to collab with people and like
That would be a lot harder of a thing to do, but I think it would add overall to the community and to the game
that's true.
itself.
Do you guys have a social lobby built into the game yet?
We have the armory where people can invite their friends and like join their
Shoot
friends
each
in the
other.
armory. Yeah, and then from the armory, like the host can server travel to like whatever game mode and map. So it's like kind of like a break, right? Like even if you play a few matches and you want to take a chill break for a second, you can go back to the armory and then do whatever you want.
So you guys
eventually we want to add more stuff to the armory and like add mini games and fun things like that.
So you're going into server based like most of them, most games do for like VR that I've noticed. But have you ever thought with the different game modes to get people to play it to where it makes it more broad to where it's like if you go to this one, it might just be no one playing it. Have you guys thought about going away from servers and going into matchmaking?
Or having maybe a separate tab?
So we've been working on matchmaking for a while. We do want to add matchmaking, but right now there's just not that much demand in certain regions, and you need like certain critical mass to have a good matchmaking experience.
Yeah.
If not, server browsers are just better until you hit a certain level. The thing is, once we go full cross-platform with Quest and PlayStation VR and a few others, like there's going to be mass. So we do have matchmaking. We're working on it. We actually tested it for quite some time. We took it down during full launch because we didn't know where we were going to get players. And perfect example is Brazil and Eastern Asia. Like we had no idea. We didn't expect it. So they wouldn't have been able to do anything.
Yeah.
But we're working on it. We're going to continue improving it. And part of the full launch, right? Remember, we're in early access. Part of the full launch is to do cross-platform with matchmaking and all that stuff. But right now, server browser works. We're going to add filters next so you can filter.
That's cool.
So something separate from like leagues and like stuff like that, rankings of teams. Would you guys do like, I don't know if you played Call of Duty Black Ops 2, or any ranking system of like CSGO or anything? Are you thinking of doing maybe a ranked system as well if you're going to do matchmaking?
We do want to have a casual versus ranked lobby system because it's just what makes sense.
Because I think not a lot of games.
It's how I play. It's how I play games, guys. Like I don't know.
Do you guys have kill death ratio then right now?
Yeah, there's a kill death ratio.
Yeah, there's kill death.
We're gonna implement global leaderboards and stat tracking.
Oh,
first wave.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, we have that.
I'm excited for that.
That one's closer. That one's actually close.
Yeah. The best thing to do right now.
We're gonna offer skins to like the top like leaderboard like every week.
Okay, that's awesome.
Things like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's gonna bring playability
so it's like,
ass.
Exactly, because we want to add progression, but progression, like the way we want to add it, it's going to take a while. So we're like, how do we add progression? Like, what's the purpose of progression, right? Just people want to
keep people interested in the game.
Exactly, people want to grind for something. So we were like, all right, we're going to have to give out dope ass skins, and we're going to make it weekly, and it's going to be across a bunch of different stats and
it'll be
so
trouble.
It's not just because like also we were like, what if it's the same top player, Nadix or Vortex or Rect, whatever. Just getting it every week. We're like, all right, so we're gonna come up with a lot of funny stats and a lot of random stats that like you just get it from playing too. So like you could go be the sweatiest player, but you can also just get some funny stat and win.
Most deaths you get the tombstone.
No, give something to whoever gets last every week.
Oh God. Oh no. Get a clown skin or something. God.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna go start killing themselves, like committing suicide like crazy.
Yeah.
So I have another kind of question. Are you going to implement a revive system like search and rescue, or like how a lot of the Warzone games and like battle royales have a revive system? Are you thinking of doing something similar?
Yeah. There's some game modes that we're concepting right now that we hope will be fun, and one of them has a revive mechanic, but
cool.
There's like more priority ones before that.
Yes,
like
very much so.
3. Yeah.
So what's okay? I'm gonna pick your brain. Maybe leak some information. What's the revive? What's the revive? What's the revive system gonna look like? Is it gonna be an item you attach to somebody like a defib? That'd be so cool.
We're not even there yet. We're like on. There's a list of 35 plus game modes that everybody wants. Like, Like,
yeah, prioritizing.
We all have to agree on like 2 or 3 and like start working on one right now.
I'm just saying, if we
That's-
get like a
that's-
defib,
that's where we're at.
if we get a defib and I can actually like shock players to life, it'd be awesome.
Nope. What you have to do is if you want to res them, you have to air hump them. Think about it.
That's horrible. That's horrible. I don't think that would be it'd be a PR nightmare.
Yeah.
How do you revive players if you hump them?
You teabag them. You just teabag them, you know?
Yeah, I don't think that'll be acceptable socially.
Never know. But so your release right now, is there a price on it? Is it free? I know
On what?
So
it is on sale right now.
The game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the game launched. It's on sale. It should be like $11, $12,
It is
$11.99
USD.
Yeah, $11.99 right
$20
now, so.
normally.
Cool. Is that just for Thanksgiving or Black Friday, something like that?
Just a launch discount, so anybody that was like, there week 1 could just get it.
Yeah.
Like more affordable.
Oh, Founders Edition. I didn't know this was a thing. Oh.
Yeah, you know what's funny, guys? Every time I do a poll on what's the number one thing you guys want, do you want, what game modes, guns, maps, whatever, features? And number 1 time, every time, skins.
Yeah. Look,
I don't know why.
I don't
So
skip weapon skins and like I'm guessing character
And
skins
charms,
as well.
Weapon gems, scars,
because they're
charms,
coming
stickers,
from Call of Duty,
everything.
probably.
They're no, I think they're very cool.
I mean,
I didn't know there was skins.
I like skins a lot. Don't get me wrong. I love skins. I really do. But like,
they're not as integral.
Exactly like if you tell me skins or game mode, I'll pick the game mode.
Game mode or maps all day.
I love skins. I want to express myself. I want to customize myself. I want to have dope shit. I want to get the latest stuff and exclusive stuff. Like I want all that. That's all swagger. That's like extra. Like give me capture the flag. Give me domination. Give me king of the hill.
But you're missing a huge profit revenue, though.
I wouldn't say. I don't know.
You are losing. I mean, if you think about it.
The game's more important. I promise you. Short term, even the players that want skins now instead of like later, like short-sighted guys. I swear.
I wouldn't want
we're not there yet.
I wouldn't want purchasable skins.
Yeah, I mean,
purchasable skins.
You're at release, but like if you
of course,
we're not even out. Like the game's not ready yet.
Yeah, then
it's complicated. It's complicated to like maintain all these items while you're building the game too. Like
and I
like
think
the Founder Edition, it's got its own skins, and so that technically is a skin pack if you want to, but. I wouldn't want purchasable skins. I despise them actually. From in my retrospect, I despise them. I hate having to purchase skins that I would love to play for.
I mean, I get it, and I do agree. Since you're not even fully like launch that skins could be the last thing to come out. But I look at things as a business perspective on everything that when I do and I see things. And skins and even battle passes and activities and stuff like that is playability and profit that are margins that you're missing, especially when it comes to a battle pass. If you want playability, even if you have 50 things in a battle pass and a lot of it's just like whatever, a charm here and there, then you get people weekly missions, monthly missions, daily missions. People are going to come back and play those to get the battle pass. That's just the way my brain works. But if he's saying, like obviously the game's not fully out, then I would say screw the skins. Get the game completely playable to where you see fit that where you can be comfortable saying, hey, I can get to the point where I'm only updating this monthly now, and then we'll do the skins during the month and do the big updates that we need.
Honestly, I'm kind of curious. I wonder if you guys are going to do a level system to the guns and have attachments attached to the level system of the guns.
That's way.
I know, way into the future. I know,
No, it's too detailed.
There's
just core things that need to get done
before, all that
core
content.
Game. Yeah. I think, guys, I hate to be that guy. I'm getting like, I'm starting to get too many DMs on things I'm like supposed to be working
that's fine.
on.
I was trying to find a nice point, and you yelled at me. That's fine. So it's cool. So we can.
No problem.
But anyways, appreciate you coming on. If you want to dump out, then me and Kuss can.
Yeah, great talk talking to you. Nice to meet you as well.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. just the two
I
of us.
am excited.
Just the two of us.
This sounds very promising.
Let me make myself bigger.
I can make it if we try. I don't know the song.
Dude, I think the biggest
we
thing
can make it if we try.
Yeah. So yeah, cool, dude. I think they got good ideas. You know, I think that if they can push momentum with the game, and especially with his idea of the content that he's about to push. You know,
I'm glad his juices are flowing though, for like excitement and like wanting to do more instead of stalemating his game.
Yeah, for sure. You know, because I know a lot of people. It's like they make a game, they think it's successful, and then they're on to the next game, and it's just like, what about this game? And with VR, like people just need to focus more on just what matters is playability of the game. How to keep people.
Even though you just talked about skins and wanting them to.
I do. I'm telling you, I want skins. Like, to me, profitably making money, skins is the way to go.
Unfortunately, I hate it. I can't.
And the only reason why I say that is because look at Population 1. Everyone, even in that game, and when it comes to it, especially when but here's my thing when it comes to skins though. Even if you make 1 or 2 skins. Every 2 weeks, and then you have a profit on it. A lot of people don't buy it for the skin. A lot of people even use that skin. It's because a lot of people got this game for free, or they're getting it for sale for $10, and they're like, "Shit, I really like this game.
Skins,
I want this game to be bigger and better. So here's my measly $5." And then if you have that over 100,000 people, that's $500,000 you just
don't
made
get me wrong. It's very lucrative and it works, but that's where it ends. I think for me is that it doesn't give the game. I don't some okay AAA titles, they do them horribly. They make you pay for skins and they don't do anything with the money. They just pocket it. It goes to their next game maybe, or it goes to paying the creators maybe. But what amount of it actually matters to, the company in the end scheme or the game? That's what I have an issue with is like CSGO. A lot of the gun cases, and keys, everybody pays for them, and it comes out of people's pockets, and what have they done with CSGO over the past like 5 years?
Well, that's why, CSGO is out the door. I mean, they have what is that new one? That's been out that everyone's been playing. It's pretty much CS:GO.
Yeah, but it's like
starts with a V.
Yeah, not Veil. Fuck.
Yeah, that's why Veil is stuck in my head.
I'm
gonna beat you to it. I'm gonna beat you to it.
I'm not gonna look it up. So you're gonna do it. I believe in you.
Nope. Shit.
Whatever. We know the game we're talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what we're talking about. But but you had a cool concept idea though, which I think a game needs to have done, is that you say a leveling system to the guns, and it's
give it to
and so like
that's not in VR at the moment.
I know, but if you look, so if Pavlov, you pay profit throughout the game, so that's very CS:GO like. You pay
to get your stuff.
You pay through stuff. There's a pistol stage, and then you
Valorant.
might do another pistol. Valorant. There's another pistol stage, but then if you think about it, if you look at like contractors, they do everything based off of weight base. Like you can only have, or like dollar amount that you can use, but if you go over your dollar amount, you just can't have a certain attachment, right?
Yeah.
But now if you just say, hey, levels 1 through 5,
creating challenge. Oh, there it goes. It did it.
It always does it when it says, hey, it's time for the podcast to be over.
I know.
Like levels 1 through 5, you can only have iron sights.
Yeah, I honestly,
you can have attachment.
There's no like level system. It's all just, hey, here it is, or find the attachments or pay for the attachments. There's no level system.
Yeah.
No. And I think that would give a good deal of playability.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think, but there's so many things that aren't even created in VR yet. That is, someone's got to be the first, and who knows? They have a lot of good ideas.
Let's do it. Just us two. None of it. I don't think either of us know coding. Let's do it.
I know coding. I think I can code.
I don't.
I don't know. I don't know how the game code, but I can computer code. Does that count?
I would think so. It's close. Maybe not the same thing, but close.
Man, I feel like I'm talking to someone, like I said last
I'm a
time.
shadow. Hold up here.
That
Put the
you're,
hood on.
there you go.
Oh,
Now
you
I
can
need
kind of like see my.
now I need to change your voice to a deep voice and then talk about like what gang you used to be in.
Look, my child, I have come here for one purpose, and that is to end the stream.
Right? Yeah, it's always when it's done. So at least it's not happening in the beginning. I need to get better at talking about our sponsors that we have here. You know,
Yes, our sponsors. Talking about Glitch, right? Glitch.
Glitch.
Not Glitch. Oh, sorry. I'm learning their
Dubby.
sponsor's name. Dubby, yes.
And they're
yes,
not
you
even
said
up
that
there today. Where the hell did my thing go? It's gone. Oh crap! I moved the location. I think
Blame
he got
him.
mad at me.
Blame him.
Gosh dang it. Well, we got W, got Olin VR for our gun stocks, and then we have Ruck Up, who does really nice pro headsets for a decent price, not as expensive as the $100 ones that Oculus sells. And I think, in my opinion, they're better. They don't break as much.
You should put them in the description. That way other people can.
Well, it usually is in the description, but since I grabbed this podcast from like 6 months ago, I didn't grab all my other stuff. I just wasn't thinking about it. But it'll go in there once I get done with this podcast. But we'll end it with what are your plans
Spooky me.
for Thanksgiving? You gonna have a good Thanksgiving?
I'm going to go over to my dad's. I should have my PC back since it exploded. I'm going to give it back to whoever's fixing it, and hopefully it's going to be fixed by 2 weeks from now. So December, I don't know, 6th, 7th, hopefully.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just traveling. Tomorrow's my Friday. And then I don't have to go back to work till Monday. So.
Tomorrow is my Friday. Yes, I'll have off for Thanksgiving. I'll be excited.
Oh yeah.
I'll be doing an oil change on Thanksgiving.
We'll be back next Monday. I do not have a guest. Yeah, I have like 3 people I'm talking to, and they're all getting busy for like winter and all this stuff. So we have a lot of Decembers coming up. But other than that,
yeah, I don't doubt that one.
I think next Monday might just be us talking about some. That Monday would be Cyber Monday, so we can have a little Cyber Monday podcast.
Yeah.
Unless I find someone, I don't have anyone yet, but if I do, I'll let you know. Still have to wait. But other than that, you have anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
No, I think that's pretty well. Oh, I changed my auto low light, and it fixed it. I wonder.
Kinda.
See, look, I don't know. It's like shadowy now. I don't know.
Is your sweatshirt black?
It is black, so it's. I don't know. Otherwise, yeah, this was a very productive stream. I think we got his brain working too on stuff that we can implement. Ooh.
Yeah, I know. And in the hour that we were gone, he probably has like 1,000 messages. Probably why he had to dip out.
Yeah.
So, anyways, see you all next Monday, 9 p.m. East, 8 Central, 6 p.m.
Yes, thank you for watching the podcast.
Yeah, and subscribe. We need, like, I forget to always say, like,
more subs. Yes, subscribe.
More subs and
like the video.
Hit the little
like the video.
Thing. There was Logan Paul's podcast for he noticed that in the beginning of the podcast when he told people to subscribe that it went up stupendously, and so I need to get at the very beginning.
I got you. I'll do it.
Yeah,
I got you.
Subscribe, and then look in the camera, terrify people. Exactly.
Subscribe.
There you go. All right. See you all next Monday.
Laters.